Hello and welcome. Mr. K. Annamalai has decided to step away from the BJP, and reports would suggest that he wants to launch an independent, regional, secular outfit with a national outlook. I have with me senior journalist Mr. Sivapriyan as well as political analyst Mr. Muralidharan. Sivapriyan, first to you. Is there a political vacuum that Annamalai is seeing which he is wanting to now occupy, perhaps inspired by the youth driven victory of Vijay and TVK?
Yeah, basically, Annamalai has been drawing a lot of young crowds since to 2021 when he actually became the Tamil Nadu BJP president. Since then, the BJP has actually grown in Tamil Nadu. Many would say that the 2024 experiment is one off, and even in 2014 when the BJP had stitched a coalition on its own under the leadership of the DMDK led by Vijay Kant, the BJP scored about 18%. But 2014 and 2024 were completely different. When in 2014, when Mr. Modi was projected as a prime ministerial candidate for the first time, there was no anti-Modi wave in Tamil Nadu. There was no kind of anti-BJP sentiments in Tamil Nadu. But 2019 changed everything when the entire India voted in favor of Mr. Narendra Modi and the BJP. Tamil Nadu completely voted against the BJP and Modi, and this is the only state where the opposition, the DMK and the Congress, won 38 of the 39 seats. So Annamalai did rejuvenate the BJP cadres, did reverse the anti-Modi wave and a lot of things. So he is coming second in Coimbatore. Is also like about 4.5 lakh votes he garnered, much about 80,000 to 90,000 votes, much more than what Mr. CP Radhakrishnan got in 2014. So Annamalai has made BJP what it is today. That is what, and a
But
lot
now
of
he's stepping away from the BJP, isn't it? I mean, Brand Annamalai, yes, when during his, when he was leading the state BJP unit, we saw him bring it into the narrative, bring it into the headlines as though it was a party that mattered in Tamil Nadu. But the fact is, he is now stepping away from the BJP. So, what does he gain and what does he lose by doing that? Because there is one, we talk about the charisma of an former IPS officer who's aggressive, seen as tech savvy, seen as taking on issues head on and knows about governance. And the other side, he also had the organizational and the resource backup of a BJP party, isn't it?
yeah, I still think that Annamalai is not right directly jumping into new launching a new political party. I think he's going to take some time off, launch a political movement, and slowly convert it into a political party. I think that is Mr. Annamalai is going to take that long road. I don't. It's easy for him to launch a political party immediately in a state like Tamil Nadu, where politics is quite expensive. So, to contest elections, we know how much money it is needed in a state like Tamil Nadu. And also, your question, Uma, so, very clearly, Annamalai wants to tell the people of Tamil Nadu that he is also an youngster. So, he is about 10 years younger to the current Chief Minister, Mr. C. Joseph Vijay. So, he believes that being part of a national political party doesn't bring him much political dividend. So he wants to speak to people in the local language. He wants to oppose the three language formula. So he wants to be what kind of Dravidianizing. Basically, even when he was part of the BJP, when he was a state president, he was actually first 2 3 years he tried to Dravidianize the BJP. So saying that we are opposed to Hindi imposition, not Hindi, but he said that we are opposed to Hindi imposition. He called himself a Dravidian. And actually, for the first time in many decades, the BJP state leadership acknowledged the contributions of EVR Periyar. So these were the things that Annamalai did when he was the Tamil Nadu BJP chief, because he thought that the only way to make people accept the BJP was only to Dravidianize the BJP. So otherwise, if it is a Hindutva party, there will be no takers for the BJP. So I think after 6 years now, Annamalai has realized that, especially with the victory of Mr. Joseph Vijay, within just 2.5 years of launching his political party, I think Annamalai realizes that a local party with a local flavor will appeal to the people much more than a national party. And like this national party has a lot of problems when it comes to Tamil Nadu, like the Hindi, the Hindu, the communal angle, and also the language. Lot of problems. So when Mr. Annamalai steps out of the BJP, maybe he can actually call himself another Dravidian party, basically a Dravidian party with a national outlook. What Mr. Vijay actually tried. That is what he attempted at.
Mr. Muralidharan, taking this to you, Dravidian 2.0 is what Sivapriyan is suggesting. And like he said, Annamalai said, we are not opposing Hindi, but Hindi imposition. Not CBSE's three-language formula, but the way it is being implemented. So do you see a political space for Annamalai in Tamil Nadu at a time when the Dravidian parties seem to have suffered a setback? One of them, the AIADMK, seem to be literally crumbling. Is that the political space that Annamalai is trying to occupy?
That must be his wish, but I don't think he'll get there. For a simple reason, Dravidian ideology is already there. Like DMK is about Dravidian ideology, ADMK is soft Dravidian, and today Joseph Vijay is also, I would call it 2.0 of DMK's Dravida model. So it's all Dravidian. So you have to bring in something new. It has to be different. It has to be the soft Hindutva or the three-language policy. I'm not a Sanghi, but I have I was in Delhi, so I learned Hindi. So because of Hindi, I could survive there. So for me, three language is a must because we look at the rest of the Tamil Nadu South states like Andhra and Kerala. All those people can speak very good Hindi because they learned it in their school. Except for Tamil Nadu, we were deprived of Hindi. That's why we have that. It's like that sour grapes. That's the kind of attitude Tamilians have towards Hindi. But you go to, those guys, you see the Keralites, the Kannadigas, and the Andhrites, you see them mingling freely with the North Indian crowd. But here it's a problem. So if you're going to continue that, I don't think, and let's not forget, Tamil Nadu is one of the states which the Hindi Prachara Sabha has the maximum number of students learning Hindi. So that shows
So
they've
what
been
you're saying
deprived.
actually resonates with people of Tamil Nadu because wherever you travel,
Yes.
people say we are not actually opposing Hindi. Our political parties may be saying that, but we want to learn Hindi. And perhaps in that sense, Annamalai wants to occupy that space without saying that we don't want imposition of Hindi, but we would like Hindi in our curriculum so that we can speak the language. So there is a political space. Is that what you're suggesting?
I will not say that's a political, that's a ideological space. That if he has to come into that mode and push that, that's going to be different. That's going to be difficult to do it standalone. He would need a party's backing. If you ask me, he should have joined at a party. We know that party is crumbling. Edappadi is 70 plus, and a few years down the line, he won't be the chief minister candidate. So Annamalai, everybody will look up to him because the rest of the leaders are not so. Because that's the style of Amma's cabinet. She always had people who are like who listen to her and fall on her feet. Because she knew that these guys can really run a party. So that's the kind of leadership she had. So this party needs a leader. He would have benefited much. In fact, even Vijay, I used to say, even before he got elected, I used to say he should have joined a party, learned the nuances of, running a government or politics, and 2031 he should have become chief minister. He would have had the entire crowd supporting him. He won't have a minority government like this today. And when you don't have minority, when you have full majority government, you can take decisions boldly. Today, for every decision, he has to look at, the DMK allies. See, look at the IPS officer who was the commissioner of police, the GR Swaminathan and Lakshmi Narayan bench, other day went hammer and tong on that IPS officer. He is being appointed as the TVAC chief, anti-corruption and vigilance, and that means they're not going to file any more FIRs on K. N. Nehru, Sendil Balaji, and these ministers who have to be prosecuted. So that's the problem.
So ironical that you should suggest that Annamalai should join Edappadi, who was the reason why Edappadi actually had to step down as a state BJP leader as well. And the alliance is something that he did not want. Not that, in the present kind of a tsunami of a Vijay and a TVK, whether BJP alone or an ADMK alone would have done any better is anyone's guess. Sivapriyan, bringing this to you, what Muralidharan was suggesting that you need organization and resources to be able to launch or have a full-fledged political party. And as you mentioned, Tamil Nadu or any other state in India today, it is very costly to do that. Given the fact that Annamalai, yes, he's very popular online and he has a huge IT cell that's backing him, but that has been something that people within the BJP also say, isn't it? That was used often against BJP leaders themselves, and therefore he doesn't have too many friends, or he's not seen as someone who is able to bring about a consensus. Comment on this organization not being there and his own personality traits that would allow him to bring other talent into the party to build a party.
See, like I completely agree that organizational structure is very, very important, and it's not going to be a very easy task or an easy path for Annamalai to walk if he's going to launch his own political party or even a political movement for that matter. So it's going to be a long haul, and probably Annamalai thinks that he will take his time to build the party structure, and it's not going to be easy. But the point here is that he sees some kind of a vacuum. He believes that going forward, the people will look to young leaders. They are not going to look to the old Dravidian parties or something like that. So he wants to build a party of his own. And also, well, like you pointed out, Annamalai was not a consensus builder within the BJP, Tamil Nadu BJP itself. He had a lot of problems with seniors, and a lot of seniors were not really happy with the kind of importance that was given to him. And Annamalai had everything in the BJP. Like the BJP broke the alliance with the AIADMK because Annamalai was very consistent that he will not align with the AIADMK. So, and also like the BJP at some point had to tell him that you will have to step aside for the AIADMK BJP alliance to uh, come back again. So like now, see, like I don't think this was a decision which was taken immediately after the elections. I think Annamalai was really upset with the BJP leadership. He was not in agreement with the BJP going for an alliance with the AIADMK. So he personally believed that if the BJP had to grow in Tamil Nadu, it had to contest alone for about multiple elections. I think 4 or 5 elections, 6 elections. Only then people will trust. So I think that is one of the reasons. And also Vijay's victory has just accelerated his exit from the BJP. That is what I think. But I think it's going to be a long haul and a long road. It's going to be a very, very difficult path for Annamalai to walk, because it's not easy to do politics in a state like Tamil Nadu. And also, like, it's being expensive, and also you need an organizational structure to take on the Dravidian majors. And also like we see now, Mr. Joseph Vijay's TVK is also building its organization. Now that they have won, they have gone into building the organization. They are actually trying to poach a lot of people from the AIADMK. We have been seeing a steady migration from the AIADMK. So we'll have to wait and see how things shape up in Tamil Nadu.
So, Sivapriyan, in that sense, when you're talking about organizational structure and you're talking about Annamalai having to bring in talent, perhaps also from elsewhere, that is something that we have not seen him doing. His stepping away from the BJP, does that mean that he doesn't trust a party like the BJP can actually make real inroads politically into a Tamil Nadu?
See, like he somehow believes that BJP is kind of. I don't subscribe to certain views, but like I think somehow everyone has come to believe in Tamil Nadu that national parties don't have that kind of attraction here. So, like for the past 60 years, the Congress has been alive in Tamil Nadu, but they have been piggybacking on either of the Dravidian political parties. Now, after 60 years, they've got a chance to be part of the government, so they have gone to the TVK. So like national parties don't get real traction in Tamil Nadu. So that is what has happened. In 2014, Mr. Narendra Modi got some traction. 2019, they lost completely. 2024, they regained something. And now again, 2026, there is nothing for the BJP to claim of its own. So like that is why I think Annamalai wants to step out of the BJP and launch something on his own. And if he fails, he can always go back to the BJP.
Mr. Muralidharan, do you subscribe to the same view that national parties don't have any traction, and that's why Annamalai perhaps was left with no option but to start his own organization, whether political or apolitical at this stage?
Before the results of West Bengal, Umar, did you have any doubt, confidence that that BJP is going to rule? Hindutva will come into Tamil Nadu also. It's a matter of time. I can tell you the recent just 2 days back they raked up the Tiruvallur issue. Okay, putting a saffronizing the Tiruvallur. I made a post. I said Tiruvallur is all about Hinduism because his first Kural itself starts with Adi Bhagavan. So when it goes like that, and rest of them, he speaks about Indra, then he speaks about Lakshmi, then he speaks about rebirth. This is something associated with Hinduism. And that post, I didn't expect it to do well because it shows that Tiruvallur is kicking on Dadiwala out of Tamil Nadu, and it went viral. I'm telling you, Hindu awakening will happen. If somebody is going to go out of BJP now, they're going to lose. BJP doesn't have a good leader. That's all. Okay. Once BJP has a good leader, BJP has a lot to gain from Tamil Nadu. They're going to change this landscape because people are frustrated. Uma. You need to understand that because in the in their appeasement of a minority, they have been demeaning and degrading Hindus for a long time. You take whether Tirumavalavan or Stalin, you take Kanimoli, you take all of them. Even Vijay's government. You see, I mean, in the cabinet, inside the assembly, the speaker starts with a quote from Bible. I mean, if you would have done anything like that with for something from the Sanatana Dharma, the hell would have broken loose. I mean, there was one, I think VCK minister. He was while swearing in, he says, I support Tamil Eelam. I mean, these are things, they kept quiet. The moment, somebody speaks anything about Sanatana Dharma or thing, and the hell breaks loose here. So there will be an awakening of Hindus, and somebody is going to cash on that. If it's not Annamalai, then it will be someone else. But there is an opportunity. So I don't see Annamalai. For me, for all of you all, it's a shocker, right? Annamalai resigning. But when we are doing the online shows with the national media, there was a Karyakarta who was there. He very confidently said, in June, Annamalai will start his party. Because he's the one who blew the whistle on Annamalai when all those allegations which he has, which is running into thousands of crores, and all that were brought out by that gentleman. So that's it. So everybody knew. And even the other national media anchors were not, they were unbelievable. They said, no, how can it be? He's got such a great image and he's not corrupt, he's IAS, he's IM, how can he be like that? So, no, but the reality is totally different. So if he goes out of BJP, he's going to lose because there's no party backing and he doesn't have the charisma like Vijay. Right from a toddler to a grand old lady supports for it. So that's not going to happen for him. So it's going to be a long haul, as Mr. Sivapriyan said.
Sivapriyan, one more thing, today he met the leadership and let's say he had his exit interview from the BJP. Subsequently as well, there will be this suspicion whether he's acting on behalf of a BJP because he's been someone who is seen as the face of BJP in Tamil Nadu. Is that something that's going to work against him? Is that also a possibility that people are talking about if BJP can't make a direct entry? You have in the form of an Annamalai who will start a volunteer movement perhaps and subsequently be aligned with the ideology or the thinking of the BJP.
Yeah, like many people already think that it's a backdoor entry for the BJP. So Annamalai has to really, when actually I think he is likely to address a press conference in the next couple of days to spell out his plans. Maybe we'll get a lot of clarity on that, but he's always going to be viewed with that suspicion. I think when he's going to launch his political movement or political party, I think even if people don't get that suspicion or doubt, I'm sure that TVK, DMK, and AIADMK, all political parties are going to reinforce that suspicion into the people, saying that this man has been with the BJP for a very long time. So how do we trust him? So I think I expect the BJP to, the DMK to do this. They will definitely do this, and the TVK will also join because anytime, like I'm not saying that Annamalai will be a direct challenger to Chief Minister Joseph Vijay, but also like when when a person like Annamalai enters politics or launches a political movement, he is going to get a lot of traction. So, like, I expect the TVK also to call him a team. What's it's called the B team or the C team of the BJP. So I think Annamalai will have to will be subjected to that criticism of him being a friend for the BJP, or kind of he is allowing the BJP a backdoor entry in Tamil Nadu.
And what kind of a demographic can he attract? I mean, we are all talking about being inspired by a youth driven victory of a TVK, but even the youth segment is only a very limited segment. Is there clearly space for two people who are going to use those, exist as two poles there?
Yeah, like, we'll have to really wait and see what Annamalai is going to actually offer, because there are not going to be assembly elections for the next 5 years, as we know. So, like, Mr. Muralidharan called the TVK government a minority government, but it's actually a coalition government. The Congress and the VCK and IUML, all of them have joined, and we all saw four AIADMK MLAs resigning and joining the TVK. So five constituencies are going to by-elections, and if the TVK wins at least three or four or even five of them, so the majority is going to increase. So I think, unless Mr. Vijay rocks the boat himself, I don't think anyone is interested in rocking Mr. Vijay's boat for now. So we'll have to wait and see what Annamalai offers to the people, what kind of politics is going to take to the people, and also, like, what is his promise, what is his ideology is going to be, and all those things. And, like, it's not just youngsters who voted for Vijay. I think a cross section of the people voted for Mr. Vijay to come to be the ruling party. Otherwise, even if the entire 1.5 crore or people who are in that age group of 18 to 40 had voted for him, he wouldn't have been the chief minister. So I think it's a cross section of the people. It's the youngsters, women, and also some men who voted for Vijay. So it's not just about youngsters. So I think we'll have to wait and see what Mr. Annamalai offers. What is he going to say? What kind of ideology? What are the promises that he's going to make to the people before saying that he's going to just is there a space for two youngsters in the same thing? So, like, we'll have to
Yeah.
wait and see what he is going to offer.
Coming to you, Mr. Muralidharan, you are not very optimistic about the political space that Annamalai can occupy as of now. You don't think that kind of a political vacuum exists. But could Annamalai be in this for the long run? Because we are at a stage where the Dravidian parties have suffered a setback. The ADMK is literally crumbling. And, you have a young leader like Vijay in the TVK. You have Annamalai is only 42. And the DMK could also be seeing a generational change.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong, being ambitious, but I mean, there's also something called reality. I mean, he would need the money, he would need the organizational structure, but there's nothing wrong. I mean, aspiring to be. I mean, we can't say much, if a guy is capable of building that over the next 5 years. Because everybody says it's the wrong time he's starting the party because elections are over. Even the assembly, the parliamentary elections is a long way. Then the assembly elections, all these are there. But if he is committed, then he has a plan, and this is how I want to go about. I mean, nothing wrong in it, but I'm a little worried. I, I'm worried that there's going to be nobody if he's going to go alone.
Building the party for the future is Annamalai. Is that what he is doing at a time when DMK is still a strong party, even if the ADMK is crumbling? What is your view, Sivapriyan? You have young leadership in the TVK, young leadership, perhaps a generational change in the DMK in years to come, and Annamalai is only 42. So, is he here for the long run, and can he sustain himself if he doesn't have the resources in the organization?
I see, like, certainly Annamalai has to be here for a long haul. Otherwise, there is no hope. So, like, you spoke about the DMK having a strong organizational structure. Yes, it's very true. And the DMK might also get into a new kind of a young leadership. Mr. Udayanidhi Stalin is now the leader of opposition, and AIADMK knowing the party very well, and it's not easy to write the political obituary of the AIADMK. So AIADMK is still a very strong political party, and I would say that even after these results, like ADMK has got about 22 to 23% of votes. Mr. Vijay has been able to only break into the outer area of the Dravidian political party's vote bank. So he is not yet crumbled their core vote base. Like two leaves as a vote percentage of about 20 to 23%, which Mr. Vijay has not been able to break. And the DMK still controls 24 to 25% of the vote share. So about 45 to 50% of the vote share is still controlled by these two Dravidian political parties. So I think it would not be politically prudent to dismiss them. Yes, Mr. Vijay has got about 35% votes in his first debut election itself. There is no denying of the fact. But Vijay is also going to be here for a long haul. If he wants to sustain, he has to build the organization, and he has to make further inroads into this Dravidian political party vote bank. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for Mr. Vijay as well.
Yeah, we have to wait and watch what Mr. Annamalai's plans are and what is going to unravel in the time to come. Thank you so much, Mr. Muralidharan and Sivapriyan, for your perspectives and views on where this road can lead Annamalai and Tamil Nadu politics to. Thank you so much for joining us on DeKoder.